Retake Theed Palace is the penultimate level of Episode 1 in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, and with proper routing and game knowledge, it is possible to obtain all 10 collectible Minikit canisters in the first playthrough of the level. Before we get started, there are a few extras that need to be obtained in order to one-visit this level. We will need the Exploding Blaster Bolts extra from the Attack of the Clones level Gunship Cavalry, which makes the bullets shot from blasters explode on contact, and the Dark Side extra from the Revenge of the Sith level Darth Vader, which gives Jedi access to the dark side of the Force. After the opening cutscene finishes, you spawn in with a large party featuring Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, R2-D2, Padme, Captain Panaka, and Anakin Skywalker, boy. The first two Minikits are relatively straightforward. With either of the two blaster characters, head to the right after spawning in and grapple up to the top balcony, where Minikit 1 is floating within reach. Back towards the middle of the room, Minikit 2 can be seen behind a window, and can be grabbed after a well-aimed blaster shot and a jump off of this ledge. After entering the second room and crossing this gap, the third Minikit can be found after opening this door by pressing the button. So far, all of these Minikits can be obtained using intended gameplay mechanics, but the next kit, later in this room, can only be reached by using the dark side on this box and this wall. Fortunately, with the dark side extra unlocked, that is still doable in story mode. Continuing on to the next room, kit number 5 is high up on the left corner. You are intended to use a high jump character to reach this platform and then force this ledge out to reach the top. But you can get up to the forcible platform in story by first jumping to this ledge and then jumping off the collision on top of the small character hatch. Alternatively, you can do this well-spaced jump towards the camera from later on in the room to get up here as well. Minikit 6 is sitting in the opposite corner of the room, and can be grabbed with either Anakin, R2-D2, or a Jedi. On to the level's fourth room. Minikit 7 requires these boxes to be destroyed, uncovering a buildable silver object. Shooting an exploding blaster bolt's enhanced shot at the wall near it will destroy the object and spawn in the Minikit. In the second to last room of the level, we have another Minikit high up on the left. You are intended to stack both of these tables on top of each other, and then jump up to the ledge with a Jedi before switching to a blaster character to reach the top ledge that houses the Minikit. However, if you have both players dropped in, you can collect it in story. Have one of the blaster characters standing on this table, and one of the Jedi force the table along its predetermined path. At the top of its arc, the blaster character can barely get enough distance to land on this ledge, and can then use the grapple point to reach the top balcony and the Minikit. After passing a droideka and triggering a cutscene showing captured Naboo pilots, we enter the final room of the level, containing the last two Minikits. Kit 9 is high up on the left. Using some platforming, an exploding bullet, and dark side, a platform can be constructed to reach the kit. Alternatively, you can skip the platform entirely using another 2-player forced object jump, and a second jump off of this glitchy collision. Minikit 10 also has a couple of ways to grab it. The intended way, in free play, involves stacking these boxes, jumping up to this doorway, flying across the gap with R2-D2, and then walking along the edge of the room to reach it. Since we can't get R2 up here in story, we need another method. One way is to jump off of another piece of glitchy collision here to get onto that top ledge and walk around to where the kit is located. The alternative, flashier way involves bringing the maintenance cart across the room and clipping out of bounds by wedging it between the wall and the forcible object, and then jumping up to the kit through the out-of-bounds collision. There's also a third way to reach it that is only possible on the Wii version of the game. Since Jedi have faster mid-air movement speed on this version than the other consoles, you can get to that upper ledge on the far left side of the room using a very precise jump to cross the gap that R2 is supposed to fly over, and then follow the intended path to the Minikit. While a few of the Minikits in this level utilize some tricky platforming, the majority of them are still fairly easy to obtain. While it is technically possible to one-visit this level in speedruns that collect all the Minikits, only the last 4 Minikits in the level are grabbed in story in the current speedrun routes, since a lot of the extra movement of the other kits is much slower to do in story mode versus the much more glitch-heavy free play, and the dark side extra is not viable for most speedruns. Since exploding blaster bolts is already useful anyway, the last 4 can still be grabbed, which routes out a considerable amount of the level that would otherwise need to be played twice. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and share. Next time, I'm going to take a look at the first level of the game, Negotiations, and showcase how all of the Minikits in that level can be grabbed in story mode. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on future videos and speedruns. Until next time, I hope you have an excellent day.